Today we're diving into an essential topic that every parent, caretaker, or anyone really working with children should know, and that is how to help children communicate functionally. Now, there's lots of kids that might be having a lot of tantrums because they aren't able to communicate their wants and needs, and that comes out in tantrums. Or maybe you do have a child who is trying to communicate, but it's a lot of jargon and you don't quite understand what they're saying. Or maybe you just want to help enhance your child's language. Then this video is for you, and today I'll be teaching you the different types of functions within communication and then how to collect a language sample to identify the function of the communication your child already has, and then also identify the functions that they don't have and how you can be helping fill in the missing pieces. First, we'll be starting off with the key functions of communication that are essential for all children's language development. And the first one is requesting. That is when a child is going to you or going to someone and they are wanting something. So that might be saying, I want this, or can I have? It could be them labeling an item in hopes that you would go get it for them as well. This could be them pointing over to a ball and saying ball. Or maybe they're wanting a cookie and they're going over to you and saying cookie, and you know that they are trying to request a cookie. Another function within communication is commenting, making comments about something that they see, something that they hear, or kind of what's going on around them. That could be looking at a book and saying, it's red, it's purple, it's shiny. It could be identifying something that they see. I see an elephant. I hear an elephant. Anything that in which they're narrating something that they are currently seeing or something that they are currently doing. Next is requesting for help, saying, I need help, help me, give me some help, please. Any way that your child is needing or requesting help. Next is transitions, and that is when your child is transitioning from one activity to another. So that could be saying like, I'm all done with this one, and showing that there's a closing or an ending to an activity, and then a start to a new activity. It's time for a bath. Want to play a game, and requesting what to do next. Another function of communication is protesting. So saying no, they don't want it, I don't like it, I don't want to do it, no thank you, any way in which they are rejecting something or saying that they don't like something. Next is a joint action routine. So having your child incorporate someone else and initiating a routine with that person. So that could be, we should go play ball, in which they say we, in which both of them are going to go play ball. Another one is kind of saying like, let's go watch TV, kind of using that let's, kind of insinuating that they're both gonna go and do this activity together. Or even making a comment saying like, we won, we did it, in which it's including both of them. Even doing something like, oh, you do this. That is where the child is then referring to the other child and telling the child to do something else, in which they're still in this routine together. Next is sensory motor experiences. And that is essentially where your child comments on some kind of sensory experience they are having. So that can be with anything that they smell. This smells good. Oh, that smells bad. Oh, that tastes bad. That tastes good. It could even be while jumping outside or running, or, oh, I'm really fast. This is really hot. I'm really hot while jumping. Or it could say, go jump, go skip, go run around, let's go swimming. So kind of making any comments around something that revolves around their senses. And the last function of communication is new situations, in which it's when your child is experiencing something they've never experienced before and commenting on that. And that can be, oh, this feels different. Oh, that's new. Or it could be, I wonder what's gonna happen when we go to the doctor, or I wonder what's gonna happen when we visit a new friend. So making a comment on something that is a new experience for them, and them specifically commenting on how it feels different about this new experience. I'm going to be teaching you how to collect a simple language sample so you can identify their strengths and then also identify their weaknesses and where you can help fill in those gaps. So when collecting a language sample, what I try to do is try and at least collect 50 utterances. So 50 utterances or 50 statements. An utterance or a statement is kind of any chunk of words that your child is saying. So if your child says ball, that can be known as one utterance. If your child says it's a ball, that is also one utterance. If your child says, I like to play ball because it's so much fun, that is also an utterance. Anything that they're saying within one chunk. So we want to be collecting 50 of those utterances. You also want to make sure it's spontaneous. So that means you don't want them to be imitating you. So if you say something and then they repeat and imitate you back, that should not go on the language sample because that was not spontaneous. So here is the language sample template that I use for identifying function to communication. I will have this listed in the video description below so that way you are able to download it and use it for your children as well. So on here I have 50 utterances, 50 spaces for you to input all your child's utterances. And then I have different checkpoints in which you'll be able to check mark what statement, what function of each statement is. And then once we go through it, you're able to then calculate it at the end and identify what average percentage the function of communication your child is using and what they aren't using. At the end, I also have this box right here for you to use to reference when trying to identify what function of speech your child is using. So we're gonna go through this together so you can see how I might score this language sample. So I did this with a client, and for the first part of it, we were playing with a puzzle, and for the last part of it, we were playing with some trains. So this is gonna be how I might grade this. So can I have this one? He's requesting, wanting if he can have it. Can I have the turtle piece? That is a request. It fits, so that's him commenting on the puzzle piece when it fits. I want the butterfly piece, request. I want the butterfly piece, same thing, I request. If they do say something multiple times, I think that is also really good to put down as well to see, okay, they requested something twice, what does this mean? So even if they say it twice, I still think it's really helpful for you to put that down as well. We need this piece. So since he used we are going to put that in joint action because it's saying that two people together, we. Then he said, I did it, so that's a comment. Oh, skipped one. Can I have the turtle piece, request? Wow, what is this one? So he's asking a question, so requesting an answer. It's all done, so that is a transition when we are all done with the puzzle. Can I have the blue piece? Looks like we still kept playing with it. Can I have, where is the blue piece? No, so right here his no is now protesting. It fits, comment. What is this one? Question. What is it? Question. Can I have the fish piece? Request. Can't help me, so there is asking for help. It fits, comment, over there. So I believe he was actually requesting me to go get something over there and he was pointing. So context really matters within a language sample. So make sure you're identifying what the context is. So with this one over there, it could be taken as a comment or a request, but because I knew in what context he was saying that in, I know that that's a request. I got it, which is a comment. You got it, which is joint action because he's referring to the other person or referring to me. What's it a map to? Request. All done. There's our next transition. I'll put this down. You put this down, which is another joint action since he's referring to himself and to me. Okay. Saying okay, which is a request. This one, which I believe is a comment, saying this one. This one again, making another comment. I don't want this. There is our next protest. I don't know, which is another comment. Train. He was requesting for one of me to give him one of his trains. Let's play train. So he's including me in the activity we're going to be doing next. So that can be, it can actually kind of be a transition or a joint attention. So, you know, whichever one for this one. And then after that, we do choo-choo, comment. This is fun. So there's our shared joy. Go under. So right here, he's commenting as he's going under. It crashed. That was another comment. Choo-choo again, go, go, go. He was requesting because he was telling me he wanted me to go as I was going too slow for him. So he was telling me to go. I want the train. You have red train. So good. So there's our joint action. Over the bridge. This was a comment as he was going over the bridge. Beep, beep, drive, comment, go faster. He was telling me to go faster. And then as I was going faster, he was then going faster and commenting. Uh-oh, comment. Crash was another comment. Jump on the bridge. There is a comment. don't do that. There's obviously something he did not want me to do. So there is a protest. And then I want to play more, and there's our request. So now that we've tallied up all the different functions of communication within this language sample, you'll then go ahead and tally up and find the percentage of each function of communication. So I've already done that for you at the bottom right here. So I just counted up the end of each tally, and I did the number divided by 50, and you get the percentage of how often they are using that function of communication. So as I can see here, he's actually evenly tied with request and comment, which is pretty typical. He did ask for help once, protesting. He did have some transitions in shared joy and joint action, which was really great. As you can see here, he doesn't have sensory or new situation. And that's not necessarily something I would be expecting from him within the activities that we did, since both the activities were both very familiar toys that we played with before. So there was no new situation, so no new situation for him to comment on. And then I wouldn't say these were in particular very sensory seeking or sensory experiences. And so if I were to want to see if he has more of those sensory, those motor experiences, then I might do something more like Play-Doh or jumping or running or crashing into a beanbag or maybe looking at really cool lights. I might do something else that's more sensory to see if he has more of that. But I find that as being very normal that he didn't say any of that, because that wasn't the activities that we were doing. So he asked for help once, and I believe for him that was really great because I didn't believe he needed any other help. But if there were instances where he very obviously needed help and he was not requesting it, I might make a note of that. Like, here was an instance he could have said it and he didn't. Protesting, again, I felt like every time he didn't want me to do something, he made it very clear using his words. If there was a child that instead was using it by pushing me or taking the object away or doing something else without using their words, I might make a note saying we need to do more protesting. I'm working more on protesting. Same thing with transitions. If a child is getting up from an activity and immediately leaving without saying that they're all done, I would make a note saying we need to work more on transitions of him saying that I'm all done. Shared joy, he could probably have a little bit more shared joy. He said it once. I would hope he could say it maybe, a couple more times, but that's always something to be great modeling. And joint action, he did it quite a bit. So this is how you collect a language sample and be able to analyze it in a way that can help you identify your child's strengths and weaknesses when it comes to using functional language. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to be ready to see more videos that I have coming out. If you're also interested in continuing to expand your child's language and expand their play, I'm explaining to you why expanding play is so important. Please check out this video right here as I go into a deeper dive of why that's important and giving you other ideas of how to achieve that. Thank you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.